SPG is indeed, well, SPG, as Papa Bowien is the only one on the map here in this little rain. Artie and Mojo, it looks like we're going to have some bush clearing today.
Yes, Shuku in a really aggressive approach there, trying to clear out, is there anyone in the village? A bit of a risky play also. And Koritz already taking his resident bush for today, double backed by Positive there behind. It's gonna be a bit before they clear out all the possible traps there, Utopia, but I believe they guessed by now because DiNG is not that big on traps, they just play usually.
Don't think they ever made traps. It's too risky.
I don't think their philosophy is they don't even need it. Because traps are usually made by teams who want to surprise someone and maybe pass them that way. But
please don't send Miloš first. Please, just Miloš, drive away. Drive away, Miloš. We talked about this. I told him, Miloš, stop going in first.
Everyone has to be a first in his team. Ilian is doing that for Kazna, mate. Miloš is doing it for Utopia now.
It helped him a lot in the last game.
It helped him a lot in a couple of last games, as far as I remember. But it's your points, not mine.
Who do you have on your fantasy team?
From here?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you after the game, before you curse him.
I will look it up on my phone if I have to, Mojo.
I have Shokish from DiNG.
Me too.
And Breakneck.
Me too.
And from Utopia, I think I have Yelki.
I have Miloš.
Yes. I didn't have money for that much, you know? Poor guy.
Oh, Miloš has to be careful here. Koritz will spot him out now, so Miloš gets spotted. Should pretty much know almost about where that was from.
Well, we will see how good Utopia now is actually at clearing those bushes because Koritz is in a dying position there. If someone pushes this building, the red one right next to Koritz, he will be spotted 100% and good crossfire will end him before he even moves. We will see also how well DiNG is positioned because this is a really daring position. Rarely you can see a 1390 so openly here.
Very risky stuff there from Koritz, but so far the blind shots not getting close yet. Miloš also thinks he's further back than he actually is. Racker there missing the shot. Also, Miloš just trying to clear some bushes, but look at the rotation coming out from DiNG already, Mojo. Taking 1 to 4 line.
Yes, and Mary and Shokish are driving the red line to see is there anyone left behind like they would usually use, but no one does that because DiNG got wrecked twice doing that. So I don't think anyone would leave a tank there anymore.
Well, DiNG would do it. They just put 1 extra tank there.
Well, last time they actually did it
yeah, with
fine
1 extra tank.
Because they added not 1, but I think even 2. Because
yeah,
one
but
more
they had 3 waiting and then break just pushed over as soon as they thought they would happen.
So finally it was a good play for them in defense. But so far, no success by Utopia on clearing bushes. It's 3.5 minutes in a game, and it doesn't really look like they have any kind of idea where Koritz actually is. Maybe Miloš doesn't even realize he's actually perma-spotted now. And that will be a big problem, because if Muka comes there, he does not have that camo value that Miloš has, and he's quite taller.
Yeah, I was going to say he's quite taller than Miloš. They're not even looking at the right area of bushes right now.
I don't think they're expecting Koritz to be on some cheeky bush like that because DiNG usually plays more safe. And this is really risky bush because...
Look at DiNG. Look at them. They just knocked over all the trees over there where Positive is. They actually drove over all of them.
It's actually a good play because Artie cannot guess then where you are. They're all broken, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh, Bihu took a bit of damage there.
That's the second shot he took.
Yeah, it's not crucial. They should be guessing by now. Ooh, lucky boy!
Ooh, the bounce there. That was from break. Nice angle there.
Mighty Bachat armor. Again.
So far. Okay, they're finally starting to blind fire around Koritz's position. That one was close. That one was really close. Just waiting for the reloads to come off here for Utopia. Muka gets spotted as well. Koritz, easy spots, easy alive at this point.
It is a problem with this kind of play by Utopia. Honestly, if they watched a bit more of the Russian league, they would know how to deal with this.
There comes Miloš.
Miloš is in a problem. You do not trade the tier 10 for tier 8, guys.
As Koritz picks up Miloš, Muka takes down Koritz, and Miloš, you're getting sold next week.
next week is too late, mate.
I'm still selling him just to make a point. Just to make a point.
So Shokish is already on A7 position, but
Not looking good.
he would have to go all the way around so his rotation would work. And I think DiNG really needs to gather up forces immediately now because the cap pressure will be imminent. They just need to check, is there anyone else in the bushes now? Utopia. And if they realize there is no one, they should be pressuring it shortly. But by that time, DiNG should already be in motion and attacking them.
DiNG is making a very swift motion in the ocean without any lotion, as they are now doing exactly what you said, Mojo.
I'm gonna just do more salt on Dead Sea, mate. It's gonna be more salty than ever.
Oh man, swift motion with Killer Kid on Twitch. He's gonna be watching. He's gonna be like, "Oh, Dad, how nice." But now look at the rotation. Maraka coming across, Mary, Break, and Shokish coming into the forest. I'm not sure if things. I mean, if Utopia suspect this.
Yeah, Break is spotted, but they still don't know that Shokish is actually right there behind, and he might be a surprise for them. Guys are pushing in here, but this is something like we've seen some teams do. One guy goes too far ahead, and Break is still spotted.
Break, okay, taking a lot of damage there, but in return, Shuku takes a lot as well. Positive now gets hit by Arti, gets tracked. Shokish actually picks up Shuku, but can they get positive in return? Biku drops very low for this kill. He really wanted it and actually goes down to Shokish as well. So a lot of overextensions here coming out from Utopia. Now Forbidden trying to kill Positive, gets wrecked as well and goes down. 3 individual plays here to take down one bad shot, costing them 3 tanks, Mojo.
And Mrakar is already there to keep pressing them and go with his armor and constant shooting gun. And don't forget, Halknik is right behind them all the time. With that TVP, with the fast reload of 20 plus seconds.
Well, Mrakar picks up Muka. Now Vielki, the last one standing together with Papa Pau in hooks. Lets off a few shots. Doesn't have reload available just yet, neither does Papapavian. Gets rammed in the back from Shokish. Shokish will be the one possibly picking it up, perhaps Break. Papapavian picks up Maraka. Shokish picks up Wilkie. Now Papapavian goes down to Hulk, and it will be DiNG taking a very easy round here, is fair to say, in the beginning already, Mojo.
It's a big beast play. They completely neglected the position where Kuritz could be, and they got wrecked for it.
Yeah, I mean, Kuritz, why did they not expect him to be that aggressive?
It's not something that DiNG does usually. That's what you said. Like, DiNG is always somewhere back, waiting, doing the rotations, and this time they changed it a bit, put Kuritz in kind of a risky position, because any normal spot, any normal approach on that red house would probably result in him dying. But there was also really good cover fire by DiNG.
Yeah,
like you saw when Milos even started an approach.
Took 2 shots instantly.
Yeah, there was no way for him to survive.
Kuritz led off one as well. He's like, I'm dead anyways, let me just try and shoot. But then when they came back to the forest, I mean, 3 guys. I think it was Bihu, Shuku, and Forbidden. Well, Shuku tried to shoot positive. Bihu did shoot positive, brought him low. But then came Forbidden, and they just really just sacrificed themselves to try and kill one bad shot.
They lost a lot of HP there, but even if they killed him, even if they killed Break, let's not forget, all the time they didn't know, but Halknik was behind them with TVP. So no matter how much the bad shots from the front pressed them and lost some HP, Mrakar would be there sooner or later to apply pressure and cover his teammates. But Halknik was always in position to shoot them from the back, and there we go. He is the first one on the map.
Talking about Hulknik there, 2.5, Maraka in that E5 following him up. But very evenly damaged spread here, but there's going to be issues for Utopia on the second page, as I'm expecting Milosh to have 0 damage, Mojo.
I think your crystal ball is probably correct there, but we will see shortly as we go to the second page. And I'm really interested. Papapavian did a lot of damage actually on that first one.
Milosh.
And here we go, Milosh.
Milosh.
Kuritz, top damage dealer compared to him.
This hurts. It really hurts. At least Shokish did okay.
Yeah, but break not enough. He went. Why is Breaknik also going first?
I don't know.
What's the problem there?
Let's take a look at the highlights here. This is where Kuritz spotted Milosh. You can see the fire there, 1, 2, 3, and then very quickly following up the angles. Just great stuff.
Well, Utopia at least picked him up
And
really
this is
fast.
like, what are you doing here?
This was not the brightest move of them all.
Understatement.
Yeah.
By the way, ever since I put Shokish on my fantasy team, he's like been trying to impress me. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like every day afterwards, like when the damage thingy wasn't working, he would show me like a screenshot of his damage and be like, all for you. I'm like,
Wow.
that's what I want. That's what I
Wow.
want.
You sound like a daddy, mate. You want to adopt him or something?
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay. Then let's focus on the game.
I'm not salty at all.
I am. Still exporting.
Yes,
Exporting,
still
that's
is the
all.
first part of your name. Mojo is the second part. I know you're getting old and you might forget, so I have to help you a little bit.
Wow.
Let's take a look at the tags for our second round already. And Mojo, no real surprises yet again, but i7 from Utopia.
i7 is a change here in defense. Honestly, like usually people use i4. We've seen Milos trying to drive it relentlessly to spot the cap. It didn't work out because when they played Kazna last time, Kazna actually realized they have to keep that guy tracked permanently if they want to win.
Yep.
DiNG with 113 and 57. This is more like upper one cap play, but of course it's DiNG.
Yeah, well, we've seen them do before where they pushed Positive used to play the 140 and they pushed him across towards the K line,
Exactly.
and then they changed him to the 113 to make sure if there is a trap there, they clear it out that way.
So DiNG known with this lineup actually they can go the forest, but that's why they pick such games.
Indeed, we're going to have to see what DiNG decides to go for as we move into our second round here on Muravanka. DiNG currently up 1-0 over Utopia. Utopia on the defense. DiNG going to be attacking Mojo.
Well, let us see where the DiNG boys going. Well, this game they chose to go more up, but it doesn't mean anything at the moment. Koritz is doing really cheeky spot there on the middle, trying to fan out. Is there anyone in that village? Oh, I actually didn't expect he will cross like this. This is really cheeky and risky.
Koritz is actually playing with fuel there. Must have a reason.
Yeah, because this drive that he's doing is ultra risky.
Yeah,
If there is a trap down, he doesn't want to get caught while they're reloading.
What I'm guessing is that Koritz picks fuel to block off, for example, H7, H8, because there's bushes there as well. So he takes fuel and perhaps he has the chance to spot the 1390. But there has to be a reason why he brings the fuel, because you don't bring fuel on a tier 9 Bacha without having a set use for it.
And we have both of the heavies actually shifting here into the forest and going down to fan out that area. So Papa Pavian is almost on identical position as Koritz was in the last game.
Break here, also pushing forwards. And also, Mojo, what you could see is after Koritz made that run, you could see how immediately the guys from DiNG, they turned around and they went back to the forest. So I have to pay attention to that if they use that in the future as well.
Look at this Papa Pavian's position. It's even riskier than Koritz in last game.
I have to see if DiNG can now.
Koritz is already spotted. Like that position where Papa Pavian is really offensive. Koritz will probably suspect there is someone actually ahead in the bushes, and they will.
By the way, I want to point something out, Mojo. Look at K5/6. Positive, we've seen him do this through the water. Look at K5, K6. Look at Milos. Look where he is sitting. Now, I guess this is why they brought the IS-7.
Because there is that little defile there, and he can use it for a turret and armor.
What kind of angle does Break have towards him? That's what I'm interested here. Break is on the side, on his left. I'm curious
I think if you want to shoot a guy there, you actually have to be right below the Utopia forces.
I really don't think they can hit him.
You have to be below those guys that are on a hill, on a 3 line, and then you would have an engine shots.
Indeed.
But
that's why they picked the i7, because the i7 obviously having a better turret than the i4.
Yes. And this is really old school position that was previously played by 416, if you remember, in tier 8 formats.
Or T54 lightweight.
416 for pen, but yeah.
Milos actually takes one shot there already from Positive, just as we're saying how good that position is. Tries to trade with Positive, and Positive wins that one.
We didn't see, was it Milos careless peeking and taking that shot, or something else? Because it's really not real to expect that i7 turret would be penned from there. But now, this is a big info for DiNG. They know where i7 is. And honestly, there you go. Breaknik is doing a proxy. This is how a lot of teams in a Russian league actually play. They put a tank here, usually heavy, but medium can work also. And he goes as close he can to those guys on a ridge to deny them any sniping possibilities. So that's the goal of play by Breakneck, and some occasional damage that will come to the ones that are too slow to move away.
Indeed. Now, Diablo taking one. So did Bihu. Bihu had to repair that since he got Amorite damage. Break has found an angle onto Milosh, it seems like.
His engine, when he wiggles, is an open, and wow, Milosh might fall here for free because they have nothing to rush for. I mean, there might be an immediate counterattack by Utopia because they cannot let Breakneck reload.
Look at the damage sustained here. Mary actually takes some as well. Milosh down, very low. Positive trying to make the shots onto him, and so far the support from Utopia onto Milosh's position isn't the greatest. Now Break takes a shot as well. Positive actually picks up Milosh, and where was the support that he needed?
It was denied by Breakneck because by his proxy spotting he was covered by the rest of the DiNG team, and that's why people actually don't like to use those positions anymore, because you are too dependent on other people to protect your back.
Now, we talked about DiNG. They always keep control of that northern side. Now, they play with 3 tanks. They used to play with 2. And Utopia, I don't think they can go for that one.
2 doesn't work, guys. Давай. So 3 is a magic number here. And Papavian is spotted by Kuriz. He fanned him out. Will Kuriz survive the spot? Yes, he will, actually.
Reed surviving that one as well. Indeed, Positive now takes some damage. He has to be careful. But this is really good here for DiNG. They're 1 tier 10 up. They have to clear the tier 8 out of the bushes. They have complete map dominance here. Look at what the angles DiNG control. They have all the way from the C to the 5 line. There is no chance here, realistically, for Utopia to get out of this encirclement.
It does look like Kazna opened up a Pandora's box for Utopia, because this was their stronghold, this was their safe spot. Murovanka was something they could always rely on. They were usually winning it 2-2, or at worst they would be on 1-1 with someone because they had 100% defense always. But Kazna actually managed to crack it, and now DiNG is doing really well, to win it again.
Muka thought there was nobody there, but we knew there was, as Mary picks him up. Now Bihu Forbidden trying to make a play here, but just like last time, you can see Brick pushing across, and this play from Utopia, it is not going to work out. It is going to fall to pieces as Brick fancies the 1v1 here against Forbidden. And Hook picks up that one. Break actually picks up Bihu. Now 2 guys standing for Utopia. This could be 7-0, Mojo.
It could be, but it doesn't look like Kuriz will survive this
Kuriz, no!
He doesn't really care about his survival rate.
As Diablo was the one to pick that up. Now Shuku, he's in a little bit of an overmatch.
Well, some final shot here for him, at least PvP.
Shokish, come on Shokish, nice! Shokish penetrates all his shells, really great stuff there, as DiNG put themselves 2-0 right now, and Mojo, could it be another landslide? Could it be?
Well, this was, as we already mentioned, a best map for Utopia. The other ones are not even remotely this well in their favor.
This was a great map for Utopia, like, really.
And now we will have to see next Himmelsdorf, a map they lost 2-0 to Kazna with their really offensive plays. I mean, Utopia likes to play offensive and fast on Himmel, but it didn't work out really well for them.
They're just saving strategies.
We can always say that. Maybe Kazna was saving a lot also.
Wow, the self-burn there. We've come to this stage. I don't even have to make the burns myself anymore. It just makes them for me.
Okay, Mr. Trump.
That doesn't even hurt.
It doesn't, yeah. Yeah. But here, 2-0 for DiNG, guys. Utopia not looking really well. They look outplayed by every... This is not even some counters that DiNG would play. It's just DiNG playing well, and Utopia is trying to do something. Trying to even do something new with that I7. But that's a really old-school strat. And
Break is first in stats, by the way.
It can't be anyone else with that clips done. Of course he can! Shut up!
Oh, man. I was like super confident in myself.
I
to
thought
be like,
he did a full clip on that I7.
No, he didn't. He bounced too, but I was like super confident
Still
in myself.
positive in that 1-1-3 position. That means he did at least 3 shots on I7.
Yeah, I think so. He landed the first, and then I think he picked up twice at least onto the I7.
But seriously, like, I'm not doing this anymore. This game sucks. We are just bad at it.
You said the other S word before. Can you repeat that one for me?
What? What?
Milosh.
What word, mate?
Milosh really is hurting me right now.
At least something well going on in this game For me, at least.
Shokish not doing the greatest of damage either. He's on the verge of getting sold as well. I'm now taking applications to my fantasy team while we look at the highlights. If you want to be on my fantasy team, write me an email to why you will do more damage than Milos.
At least in
Shokish.
next season.
I mean, this was easy stuff for Utopia. Once they killed Milos, there really wasn't any support left.
You mean for DiNG? Yeah. And here we have another trap here by DiNG. They leave the 3 tanks now here, which is the magic
And then
number
Break
that
comes
actually
across.
works.
And they always send back over Break.
Yes. So he came as soon as they were already done with their clips to take over and mop up whatever is left. It was almost a 7-0 here.
Indeed. I mean, Kuriz could have survived if he wanted to be honest.
Yeah, but he
Like-
never wants to.
No, he doesn't want to do any damage either.
He doesn't need to.
I'm going to be disappointed if Utopia bring E100s again.
On Himmelsdorf? You think they can play without them? Maybe they forgot? E100 all the way?
I have nightmares about that E100. Milos standing in the courtyard, showing his arse towards the 8 line and getting completely wrecked.
Well, they did it like twice. Not once, but twice. And it doesn't work out. Maybe they will just go for lighter setups, but against Kazna they did play lighter and it didn't work out at all.
Well, let's take a look if they did decide to go for the lighter setup or the more heavier one that we know from them. Mojo, they're very light again.
Okay, this is another VZ tier 9 in defense we've seen today. But this time there is not 2 of them, but he's paired up with the tier 9 Bachat AP. On the other hand, DiNG doing really standard here. This is overall most default setup we've seen on Himmelsdorf so far in attack.
Indeed, very default here, but they probably can't make it work for them. They can make anything work at this point.
Well, their defaults are working more than anyone's plans so far. I mean, with that perfect score.
Well, can DiNG make it 3-0 or is Utopia going to come back? Let's find out on Himmelsdorf. So DiNG here currently up 2-0 over Utopia. DiNG is going to be attacking. Utopia going to be defending. And look at that, Mojo. Looks like a K-line rush, perhaps.
Oh, really aggressive play here by DiNG. Unusual for them to go so committed anywhere on the map. It looks like they are reading well that Utopia will split their forces. If they actually manage to pass through this church area unspotted, Utopia will be in deep trouble.
What did we talk about last time? If you don't spot the K-line, it's very hard to defend it. We already talked about this once more, and it was Utopia that did it to the enemy team, Mojo.
Wow, Shuku will be in a problem. Papapavian will probably get spotted now, but by now it's too late. I mean, entire DiNG team is already on the rails.
Kuriz takes all the damage for his team as he know he can. Break takes a lot as well. But now the forces from DiNG, they're crossing and Forbidden. He's the first one here, yes. DiNG is taking a lot of damage for it, but there comes Maraka. Look at the damage Biku is taking now. That 50B getting removed from the map. Hulk puts one more into him, and Meritorious is the one to pick it up. Now Shuku and Muka, they're left alone here as Milosh comes from the back, and this was not the start Utopia was looking for.
Milosh is coming their back, so is Papapavian, but that's so late. I mean, these Clippers will reload sooner or later, and they will come back in a play because Utopia already lost all of their 3. There is only Muka left.
And there comes Hulk now reloaded. He goes, they just remove Milosh. Now Muka, the next one, Maraka is already in his face. He's taking damage from everywhere. Shokish picks it up. Now Papapavian and Wilkie, the last 2 standing here. Yes, they have a lot of HP, but it doesn't matter when DiNG keeps every single one of their guns alive.
This is horrible. Did Vielki even go over the hill?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, he is actually getting some kills. He's such a stat padder, mate.
He gets 2, but
4 shots for
too
5
little,
guys.
too late.
It's even not to be counted. Well, 3 more shots. And people are closing in. Shokish with almost full HP.
Shokish,
there.
what are you? No, he needs to hit this.
Yes,
Ram
he
him.
needs to do damage. Yes, exactly.
Exactly like that, Shokish. Block Maraka.
Don't let other people shoot him.
Nice Shokish. Shokish fixed it up. And that puts DiNG 3-0 over Utopia Mojo. I was like, coming in today, I was like, oh, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be close matches.
This is a second Tomb landslide, or however you want to call it, in a row. And really unexpected ones. We are looking at first and second team in a league.
First and second.
And it looks like slapping all over the place.
I think it was UTOPIA versus, I don't know who it was against anymore, but it's exactly what we talked about. I don't know if it was with you, but I think it was with Ryan, where a team doesn't spot what's coming across the K line, so they're not prepared for it, and just kind of just lose. And this was what happened. Yes, Break took so much damage and Positive took so much damage, but after that, DiNG just got into their face.
They expected that those 5 guys going down are enough, but DiNG, surprisingly, probably first time in this season, went completely blind with all 7 people down on a rail and just showed us, for one, that taking some initial damage doesn't really matter.
If you stay safe.
If you stay safe, and they know how to stay safe, and they made the crossfire and made them pay for every shot they fired multiple times then.
Multiple times. First in stats, Mojo, we have to play the game.
No way.
Mojo, come on, I need a name.
You need a name? Shokish.
I think Hulknik.
Let's see.
Let's find out. No! No! What are you laughing about? It's the first time tonight you got something right. At least I got Nexus right in the post-match stats of the previous game.
So did I, mate, because that was a mutual call.
Yeah, but I said it first.
Okay. Be a man. Suck it up. Thank you.
Did he tell you?
He did hint it.
Oh, wow.
You're burned.
Wow.
Well, what we are laughing about, one guy from production just said shh, and Ducky didn't understand it at all. So, Ducky got burned, I got it right, and it's all good.
You didn't get anything right.
Yeah, mate.
Cheater. Cheater.
I didn't cheat. I just understood what you did.
I don't even want to hear anything from you right now. Let's take a look at the highlights. Mojo, don't say anything. DiNG pushing across here.
Don't say anything, okay.
But this is so great. I mean, the 50B start running out of ammo, and then here is like when Maraka shows up.
I
it's
really
like
love
game
this
over.
play, and look positions of Positive and Shokish from there, shooting under the rails through every possible obstacle. Like, I mean, there is no way that UTOPIA can survive this. There is no way. And Vielki going all over the hill.
All the way over
like,
the hill.
I mean, come on. He might as well been on another map.
Whoa. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this is starting to get really
One-sided.
really looking bad. Might be the earliest I've ever been home, ever. And let's take a look at the lineups for the next round already. What is going on?
Let us see. Is there any hope for UTOPIA here on Himmelsdorf on attack? IS-7, that calls for some kind of 8-line play.
Yep.
For
DiNG,
sure.
E3?
350Bs and DiNG playing an E3. And IS-4, unusual slow.
Well,
but
we know what it's used for.
yeah, IS-4, I guess they will leave IS-4 up on a cap.
A5?
Yeah, I think so. And
We
E3 on a
we
file
saw them in the
on
beginning
D-line.
of the season play with Maraka on A7, you know, on that side scraping position.
Yeah, but I
But
really
they
don't like
abandoned that after like 2 weeks. But perhaps they're going back to that. You
Do you know what I saw last Russian match day? One of the 50Bs actually, I think Apple loaded the 80 shells.
Apple, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, but that was kind of a bad one. I mean, he did nice damage on IS-4 angle.
But then he's on reload. And
and he was reload and they got counter pushed in that moment and got wrecked.
Can UTOPIA do it, Mojo?
Well, they are the second in the league. They should be able to do it. But so far, DiNG is too good. Like, really.
Well, let's find out as we go into the 4th round here. DiNG 3-0, Mojo. And DiNG is defending, UTOPIA is attacking. Trigger.
Nada, 0, zilch. Well, UTOPIA playing their standard here. Putting a Grilla up, 3090, some heavy. And I'm really interested more where will Papa Pavian go. Like, that's the thing that interests me most at the moment. He's going on a hill. Oh, that's a new one.
I mean, he could play B0, but there's also a position in B8-9. Like, there's a rubble pile there and the crossing between the 2 sectors that you can play behind. Perhaps he could go that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you would pick I7 if you don't go 8-line. He's doing exactly what they're doing in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I don't like it.
A6.
I mean, they should really pull him back to A5.
They're going back to like old school standards.
Korit spotting there. I think you could time the map by Korit's position there. He's been like 10 times on that little opening, so he could spot the 8 line.
Still wondering where Papapavian is going for. Want to see where he ends up, because there's no real reason to pick I7 because, you know, worse gun handling and such.
You know, depression, anything. Why would you go over the hill? I mean, maybe. Oh, Mary actually took a shot there.
Yeah, that was from Miloš. No, was it? No, from Shuku actually, all the way downtown there. It was 350Bs.
Interesting and good connection there on Mary. I can't say I really like his position there. He is a bit stuck.
Muka's going back on the hill.
It's gonna be interesting now. Is DiNG actually able to mount any kind of serious counterattack through the... It looks like they're doing it because Halknik is also going down.
Halknik's just kind of staying
He's
here.
just lurking.
Look at Shokis' position here. Just elevates himself enough so he can shoot between the gap and can spot the stuff. That is the, you know, the small details between a good team and the great one.
Well, it's really good when you actually know all these details, and DiNG is certainly one to do their preparations well. Miloš, it looks like they're doing some rotation for the 8 line finally. Maybe Papapavian will now go there and play the hold down. Well, a little up, a little down.
I feel like that was from a song somewhere.
Upside down. Yeah, there is. Vielki taking a shot there by Break, who was patiently waiting for anyone to peek there.
Showcase now spots out Shuku, will now retreat, and this is good from DiNG. I mean, Showcase realizes that he can't stay in that position. He's going to reposition now. Hulk moving into position as well, and I think DiNG should be able to hold this as Break lands another shell against Shuku here. 2 shells against Shuku. Gonna go for 3. Break! So far didn't take anything. Misses the loss, but what kind of trades are this for Utopia?
But Break now might be in a bit of a problem here because Miloš is overextending now and taking some free shots also. There will be a rotation from DiNG.
There will be the rotation from DiNG. Now Hulk repositioning to hit the K-line crossing, break his own reload, but Positive has all his shells available. I don't know if they can go for it. Oh, the bounce, but Positive, he's now going to bounce on Wilkie as he tries to cross and gets removed for that. Now Shuku, I don't think he can go for this as Positive still has 3 shells left in the chamber. And what is happening here to Utopia? Miloš takes even more for the crossing.
Oh my god, like wherever you watch, there is someone from DiNG shooting on people from Utopia, trying to go like that. Even Korit! That's just the way too much.
And Break now has reloaded, and Shuku is asking for support. Break, nice shot there, hits the first wheel, penetrates that one. Bihu now trying to do what he can. And Mojo, I don't think there is any way out here for Utopia other than back to garage and on to the next round.
Wow, another 4-0 here. Can Utopia come back from that one? I really don't know, because so far this had been such a stomp. Like, look at this finish of blows. It doesn't even look like Utopia can fight back, and we are talking about one of the best teams we have. Wow, and Breakneck comes for more.
Number 2 team in the league here, getting completely outclassed by DiNG. And Korit, I think he's going to die again. He doesn't want to give his 7-0. Papapavian picks up Korit, just like on Morovanka. Well, there was Diablo. It's not going to be 7-0. The I7 now gets tracked on top of that. And I don't think he's going to come out of that track anymore, as now the guns from DiNG come in and Break. It's going to be the one to finish it. Papapavian goes down, and it is going to be 4-0.
Well,
4-0.
Well, now we should guess that Breakneck is first.
Break is first in stats.
Yeah. Давай, Himki, but Miloš, let's guess where he is.
What were those trades though for Utopia? I mean, Break landed 4, none.
That was just a freebie and chasing him like that.
One shot crossing over.
What? I don't understand. It's like someone waved a red scarf to the bull and they were just trying to get him. Like, okay, we're gonna lose a game, but we're gonna just try to take.
Yeah, at least we'll get Break.
And no,
no,
they didn't land a shell on him. Like, not a single shell, nothing.
Well, Shuku tried to fight with him there, but the 50B is too long for that position, so his front was sticking out.
No, Break was positioned perfectly to the millimeter, so he can't get shot from any angle. And he was really well covered by the rest of the team.
Good stuff from DiNG. Wherever Utopia drove, they took damage.
This game is way too brutal. Should be 18+, made to watch.
Savage. Let's take a look at the stats. Mojo, we say break is going to be first. I am quitting my job tomorrow. It's just going to be Ryan and you from now on, because if I can't even guess who the top damage writes anymore, there's no point for me being here.
Life is over as we know it.
We've gotten it right once, and it was you. Once.
Yeah,
and we got the post-match stats right, just because we had all the post-battle stats.
And I cheated.
It's terrible. It's terrible. This is really bad for us.
Okay.
Milosh, no! Milosh, what are you doing?
Wow, he did even less than expected.
0 damage again! Not like this!
Ducky, what did you actually talk to him yesterday when you were alone?
I told him, 1, he needs to stop playing mouse. 2, he needs to stop going in first. And 3, he needs to do a lot of damage.
It doesn't look like you were talking about that because he's getting wrecked all over the place, mate. I blame you.
This Wilk is like, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milosh here got clipped in the side from positive. And Koritz is like, hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I'm still playing, you know. Well, at least they were all 7 there. And DiNG actually wrecked them even like that.
And then Koritz is like, well...
Kill me, kill me.
Papa in here. I love how he got tracked on top of this.
Yeah, he looks like a flag post there.
4-0, Mojo. And guess what map we're going to next?
I'm not gonna guess, I'm gonna... Oh my god. Okay, we are going to see steps. Why am I so surprised? This is the map that DiNG actually has. A brutal, savage, wrecked 100% against every team.
Didn't they 2-0 Utopia on it as well at some point?
I can't remember that, but they probably did. But they actually 2-0'd someone really recently.
They were 2-0 to Wild Bunch.
I'm just gonna cheat because here it's
I think
written
they
down.
2-0 to Wild Bunch.
Bunch and Kazna before that.
Kazna, it was not Kazna. It was not Utopia, it was Kazna they 2-0. Well,
Wild Bunch and Kazna both.
Yep.
So, really good plays there by them.
Indeed. Let's take a look at the tanks, Mojo, because this one could be over right here. If DiNG, their stats mean anything, means it's over.
Well, things attacking, defending here, all the same for them. And this is the identical lineup they played in last 3 or 4 times on steps. Not very imaginative, but they don't need it. Interesting part is Utopia is the same.
Mirror lineup.
Mirror lineup indeed here. It's going to be interesting to see how will Utopia actually play it against them.
Can Utopia do it? Do you believe?
I believe that the inventors of the tactic are usually in advantage.
So you're saying DiNG is an advantage?
Yes.
So you don't believe?
I'm not a Mulder supporter, mate.
So you're saying you don't think Utopia can do it? Is that it?
Can they come back from 4-0 against DiNG? No.
Mojo doesn't believe, but I believe. Let's find out if Utopia can win 4 rounds in a row, starting with steps.
Steps, the most open map in the league. The attacking team appears near the rocks at the bottom of the map, and the defending team starts at the top. Bases are located near the railway and on the green. The best way to control them is to use the lowland near the second base. The attacking team usually begins the attack from the rocks and the railway, but sometimes they can attack through the green. Teams often drag vehicles from flank to flank, so both teams usually pick light vehicles with a good camouflage rating, but sometimes use tanks with a strong turret and even SPGs.
So you DiNG here 4-0 over Utopia, and look at this, Mojo. Both these teams going east.
This is aggressive opening we've seen by DiNG before when they want to prevent people from boosting up and going aggressive in 2-cap, but it looks like it will be a big fight with Utopia there.
Might be a trap, Mojo. We've seen Oops do it.
We've seen people do it.
It is a trap.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how will DiNG actually deal with this, and can they even?
Will Koritz spot it?
Koritz?
Yes, he's going straight to spot it.
Oh, he's going to see them.
Oh, Koritz sees the entirety. He's trying to run, but no, he can't.
Wow.
Well, at least he found the trap.
Well, better him than everyone else, but I believe there is a lot of interesting talk now on that TeamSpeak.
Well, I know what Koritz would say in this situation.
Oh, Hulk took some serious damage here.
Yeah, but so did Bihu. 4 tried to shoot Hulk.
What would Koritz say, mate?
I cannot repeat it on air. I'll talk to you after.
Okay. Some quick questions in Russian, I guess. Okay.
Yep. But look at this around here. DiNG, they want to take down Utopia. make sure you don't have map control, but there's already rotation from Utopia as well. 2 Bachas there, Shuku and Diablo. Break did not expect this one. 3 Bachas actually, as Diablo picks up Break and DiNG. It's not going to be a clean sheet at this rate, Mojo, as Utopia, they trapped them. There goes the 100%. It's done.
It's not
over.
gonna be 100%. I mean, Muka is taking a lot of damage, but still, DiNG with a double HP down almost. It doesn't look like they can come back from this one because all the key rotations are there already by Utopia, and they greeted Breakneck right on time.
They did. They broke his neck pretty much.
Pretty much, he didn't fire a shot to them. And here we go now. Utopia here, well, not anymore by double HP, 2.5k.
Watch positive pick up 3 kills at this point. High roll, high roll, high roll. That's 1. Oh.
Does he have any more shells? Yes, he does.
That's 2. But now he's dead.
It's a problem because Muka has 2 shells and Dibble is already reloaded and there is no one coming here.
Actually,
Mary is coming in.
3 on 3
Mary
here.
is coming here. What is going on here?
What is happening?
Us?
Meritorious will now get Muka. Shuku is getting wrecked as well. Utopia, what are you doing? Shuku down to 68 HP. How did DiNG just turn this game?
Halknik has a shell and he can kill Shuku and just run away from Miloš.
Mary needs to kill Shuku. Mary, keep the shot.
Oh, Halknik missed him. But Mary has the shot. Mary has the shot.
Mary, pick up Shuku and run. Nice!
Oh, what a play by DiNG!
Mary picks up Shuku, he's now on the run. Can Miloš take up Mary? At the very least here, he needs to pick up Mary. No! Low roll onto Meritorious. They're both alive. Miloš!
I cannot say, I cannot breathe, but he killed him and Halknik now.
Hulk is still on reload, he's a little bit too close for this. Miloš is going to go downside, get at least 1 shot here. Nice shot from Miloš.
It's still 2 shots, unless a really big alpha happens.
There comes Hulk. Oh, he ammo-rex! He ammo-rex!
Oh my god!